So welcome everyone. This webinar is going to be about how to handle fear and anxiety and what we can do about it. So my main intention for this webinar is just to give you some insight when it comes to the specific emotion that we face, perhaps on a daily basis or more often than not, and what you can do to manage this. So this is a tool that you can use anytime, anywhere, not just with anger or anxiety, but also with any negative emotion. So just to start off with, I want to shed some light on emotions, negative emotions particularly. So anytime we feel any form of negative emotion, toxins get produced in our body. And these toxins then affect the different hormones that are being produced, and it gets stored not only in our energy, but also in our physical bodies in different parts and areas, organs in our bodies. And it then ends up manifesting in different ailments and aches, pains, and so on. And the reason why this is, these are essentially muscle contractions. So whenever we feel any form of negative emotion, the first thing that changes is our breath. So we will end up taking shorter breaths. It will be faster breaths, and we don't even realize this is happening. So when you pay attention to anytime we get scared, we are never calm. Our breath and our chest, everything starts moving faster because it's the adrenaline getting pumped up. So you can imagine back in the day when we had saber-toothed tigers and so on, this was essential. This was necessary for us to keep us on edge, to keep us alert. And this stress and these adrenal glands. Hello? Oh, my bad. Sorry. So these adrenal glands help us to, save ourselves and run away from danger. But in this current day and age where we don't have saber-toothed tigers, we have our jobs, we have our families, we have work, we have so on and so forth. But the reaction that we have is still the same. So our sleep gets affected, our digestion more than anything gets affected, the fight and flight response that affects our digestion and the decisions that we make and so on. So what is it that we can do on a daily basis without resorting to medications or any other unhealthy forms of coping mechanisms like smoking? It's to actually use our own breath and own energy centers and our meridians to calm ourselves down and release these toxins that are stored in our body. So before I start that technique, I want to dive a little bit deeper into this emotion called stress or anxiety, fear and anxiety. So when we are talking about the negative emotions, there are four primary negative core emotions. The first one is guilt and shame. The second one is anger. The third one is feeling helpless or hopeless. And the fourth one is fear and anxiety. The first three, which is guilt and shame, anger and helplessness and hopelessness, these are the byproduct of emotions or situations that have already happened, which means anytime we feel guilty or shameful, it's when we feel we are responsible for something that has happened. Anytime we feel anger, it's when we feel someone else or something else is responsible for the way we feel or something that has happened to us. So the blame is on someone else, whereas for guilt and shame, the blame was on us. And the third one is helplessness and hopelessness. This is when it's neither my fault, it's neither your fault, it's just a situation. So a good example, COVID. All these three emotions are a byproduct of something that has happened. So something that's of the past. Whereas fear and anxiety is an emotion of the future, which means you creating a situation that has yet to happen, but fearful of that. So you are predicting something may happen, something might happen, and you're preparing yourself for it. And the fear of the future, that is what causes the anxiety within us. So, how can we change these emotions? To change guilt and shame, you need to take responsibility, because when we feel we are the one at fault, the first thing that we would go towards is feeling like the victim, saying, oh, how can I do this, it's my fault. We dwell in this victimhood, and the only way you can change that is by taking responsibility. So saying, okay, this is what it is, this is what I can do, looking at what your options are and taking action. The second one, anger. Whenever you feel angry, the only way you can move past this anger is through acceptance and forgiveness. So knowing that if someone else is responsible for whatever that has happened, the only way you can move on is by accepting the reality and the situation. What's done is done. There's nothing you can do about it. And forgiving the other person. Because the more hate, the more anger that you dwell in, the other person is not getting affected in no shape or form. It's the toxins that are being created within you and staying with you. So essentially, you're drinking your own poison. And third, helplessness and hopelessness. When it's not my fault, it's not your fault, the only way you can change that is by giving hope. So by helping, by being a solution for the situation, finding a solution for the situation and being proactive. Because when we feel helpless, again, the common reaction is to stay still, not sure what to do, feel like a victim. And the only way to move out of that is to take action, be proactive, and give help. And finally, the emotion that we're here for, which is fear and anxiety. So the only way you can change fear and anxiety is by having trust and faith. So whether it's faith in ourselves, faith in the situation, faith in the person that is in charge. And how can you develop that faith? Because it is not in your control. So it's essentially having and building that trust in yourself that no matter what happens, you will know how to get past it. No matter what happens, even if the clouds were to come crashing down, you would know how to deal with it. You would have that security that, you know what, pain is inevitable. There is no way I'm getting past this pain. I will have to feel this pain, but I don't need to suffer, because suffering is a choice. So having that trust or cultivating that faith within yourself is the only way you can move past any form of fear and anxiety. So that is a mental construct, which means that is a mindset that you need to first create. Now, second, let's say you are in the moment. You are in the moment where you are feeling super stressful, super anxious, super angry, sad, guilty, shameful, whatever, and you're feeling it in your body. You're feeling it, and you're probably getting a panic attack or just not feeling good, and you want to just get rid of it. This is where the emotional freedom technique comes in. So what is this emotional freedom technique? So tons and tons of research have been done on this particular technique. I have even helped cure allergies just with this technique. And that's how effective this technique is. So within our bodies, we have about 72,000 meridians. So meridians are energetic pathways within our bodies, and these 72,000 meridians come together at different points in our body. So these are energetic centers. So when people do martial arts, there are certain positions in the body that they hit to knock out the person. And these are very strong energetic centers. So some of the centers are right on top of your eyebrow, right here, beside your eye, under your eye, top of the lip, under your armpit, the nail, the thumbnail, index nail, middle fingernail, the pinky nail, not the index finger, the pinky nail, and the gamut point here. And then the karate chop area. This area is called the karate chop area. So these are different tapping points or meridian points in our body. So I will teach you this technique. I will teach you the full technique. You can watch me do one round and I will do it maybe 2 or 3 rounds just so that you can follow me and do it with me. Anytime you feel any emotion, do this for at least 2 to 3 minutes, or you can do it as long as you want. And I can guarantee you, I can put my money on it, that by the end of these rounds, there is no way you will be feeling those same emotions to that same intensity after you do this technique. So that's how effective it is. That is how you can neutralize this particular feeling. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to think of the last time you felt scared, the last time you felt super stressed, the last time you felt fearful. Take any particular situation. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to keep replaying that situation, the same scenario over and over in your mind. As you're doing this, you will start to feel your heart beat faster, your breath would probably start getting shorter. You might even start feeling a physical sensation in your body, whether it's your chest, whether it's your stomach, anywhere in your body. So now you know this is where the stress is stored, or you feel that, okay, that emotion is coming up. The second thing you do is number it on the scale of 1 to 10. How much would you rate this feeling? So 10 being you feel it to the most, and 0 feeling nothing at all. So on the scale of 1 to 10, how bad is this feeling? How much do I feel it? So if I were to take this emotion, stress, right now I'm feeling very, very stressful, and I will rate it perhaps a 7 out of 10. So that's how I start. This feeling of stress that I feel right now, it's a 7 out of 10 for me. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I will start tapping this area. And as I'm tapping this, I'm going to say this affirmation. It's one sentence 3 times. After I say this 3 times, I'm going to start tapping different points in my body. And then you will see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm feeling the stress at 7 out of 10 right now. I'm going to start the whole technique by saying, even though I feel stressed, I feel so stressed because my boss is going to fire me and I feel very insecure. Yet, I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I feel so stressed, and it feels horrible. It makes me feel insecure and my boss wants to fire me. And if he fires me, I will not have a house to live. Yet I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept that part of me deeply and completely. Even though I feel stressed, and I feel stressed because I don't feel safe. My boss is going to fire me. And if he fires me, I won't have a stable income. I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept myself deeply and completely. So that's 3 times. This stress, this stress, this stress. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. This stress, this stress, this stress, this stress. And after tapping this, you're going to tap the gamut point, this stress. And while you're tapping the gamut point, you're going to hum happy birthday. Then you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your hand to your chest. Breathe in and breathe out 7 times. That's 2. 3, and each time make the exhalation longer. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 1 round. You keep doing this until the charge or the rate goes from a 7 or wherever you started to a 1 or a 0. So after 1 round of it, I would feel maybe a little bit less and sometimes even more. If it goes more, it actually means you hit the nail on the head. You've hit the right emotion, and you start with that right emotion. Because when you say, I feel stressed because my boss is going to fire me, and if he fires me, then I feel unstable. And then after this round, and if my emotion goes high, now I know this feeling of unstable. This is the key emotion that I'm feeling. And then you start with, I feel unstable, even though I feel unstable. So after this 1 round, you're going to keep doing this more and more. So what you're trying to do is dig layers, trying to find out, why are you feeling stress? What about it? What is causing the stress? It's almost like you're talking to yourself and affirming to yourself, even though you feel this bad emotion, this negative emotion, you still choose to heal and integrate, love, and accept yourself deeply and completely. So you must be wondering, okay, why do I need to say that? Like, and perhaps you're like, you know what? I don't want to integrate it. I don't love myself. You might even think that way. And why is this important? Whenever we feel any form of negative emotion, the first thing we want to do is not feel it. When we don't want to feel something, especially as children, what we do is we dissociate. So we basically take part of a consciousness out of the body and we try to not feel the pain because we don't know how to handle it. The minute we dissociate, there will be a part of that feeling, that unprocessed emotion that gets stuck in the body and it just gets stored. So the minute we address the emotion, talk about the emotion, and say, I heal and integrate, love and accept, we bring ourselves to that moment of acceptance. We are integrating ourselves. We are not trying to break out and dissociate. So we are completely integrating, so that when we integrate and we tap these points, we are letting the energy flow and oxygenating our body. Because the minute we oxygenate and the muscles receive the oxygen, it will stop producing this chemical called lactic acid. And the thing with lactic acid is, science and research has shown as the more lactic acid that's being produced in our body, it's directly relational to the increase in stress and anxiety. And this makes so much sense, because what happens when we get stressed, our breath shortens. We don't take enough breath. We take faster breath and we don't get enough oxygen. So to compensate for the lack of oxygen, the muscles produce lactic acid. The minute we oxygenate, the production of lactic acid goes down, which means the stress and anxiety level also goes down. So this is the science behind this effective technique. And it's not just airy-fairy and whatever it is. So we will do this technique one more time. You can follow me. You can even write it down. You can record me so that you know exactly what I'm saying. So to start off with, pick an emotion that you're feeling right now, or you felt earlier on the day, that made you feel stressed, that made you feel sad, that made, angry, whatever it is. And now rate it out of 1 to 10. On the scale of 1 to 10, how much is it? Once you have a number, we're going to start. So just for the sake of the practice, I'm going to pick anger this time. And I'm going to rate it a 6 out of 10. Even though I feel angry, I feel so angry because my mom doesn't listen to me. I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept myself deeply and completely. So let's go a little bit deeper in the second round. Even though I feel so angry because my mom doesn't listen to me, and when my mom doesn't listen to me, it makes me feel unheard. It makes me feel I don't matter. I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though when my mom doesn't listen to me and it makes me angry and it makes me feel like I don't matter, and when I don't matter, it makes me feel I need to shut down. Yet I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept myself deeply and completely. Hands to your head. Oh, sorry. Deeply and completely. After you do that, you start tapping. This anger above your eyebrow, side of your eye, this anger. Under your eye, this anger. Top of your lip, this anger. Under your lip, this anger. Collarbone, this anger. Under your armpit, this anger. Thumbnail, this anger. Index finger, this anger. I'm so angry. Middle finger, I'm so angry. Pinky, I'm so angry. Gamut point, I'm so angry. Now hum happy birthday. Count till 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands to your chest. Breathe in. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And now you check from a 6 out of 10, or from whatever that number was, how much would you rate it? It would have gone down. Even if it has just gone down 1, you start again. Even though I feel unworthy, or it makes me angry that I feel unworthy. And when I feel unworthy, I feel like I need to shut up. And when I shut up, I don't get to say what I want. Yet I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I can't express myself and it makes me so angry, I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I can't express myself and it makes me so angry and it makes me feel sad, whatever it is, I still choose to heal and integrate, love and accept myself deeply and completely. Eyebrow, side of the eye, under the eye, lip, chin, collarbone, under the armpit, thumbnail, index, middle, pinky, gamut point, hum, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason why we do this, when we hum, we are accessing our right hemisphere. And when we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are accessing our left hemisphere. So you're accessing both sides of the brain. And then you breathe out and oxygenate the entire body, allowing the toxins to be released from all the energetic blocks. And this is the whole sequence of the emotional freedom technique. You can do this how many times as you want. You can do it 5 rounds, 3 rounds, 2 rounds, until you feel better about this. And you can do this for any emotion. You can do this for headaches. You can do this for physical pains. You can do this for stress, any emotion that you can think of, for allergies. If you have any allergy, if you have an allergic reaction, doing this for 5 minutes will also help ease the allergic reaction as well. Or if you can't sleep, do the same thing. Anything that you can think of, this is how it will help. So from this day onwards, you now have a technique and a tool that you can use to help you manage your fear or your anxiety and put yourself at ease. So I hope this was insightful. I would love to take in questions and answer any questions that anybody has with regards to this technique or with regards to anger, fear, or managing any emotions that you may have. So shoot. If there are no questions, I guess we can end our session. But I would love it if anybody of you guys want to share any questions. More than happy to answer them. So I'm guessing everybody's okay and this is very clear. If you don't need any more clarification on the technique or anything else, we can end the session. So just to give you a little bit insight of who I am, what I do, I am Nia. I should have done this in the start. My apologies. I'm a hypnotherapist and a sound healer at Illuminations. So if you feel like this is an area that you need help in, I am more than happy to help you out. You can find me at Illuminations. You can get in touch with the team. They can fix a session with you, and I am looking forward to help you. If you have any questions, you can even directly message me on Instagram. My name is nia.hypnotherapy, or you can get in touch with Illuminations as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this session insightful, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
You're most
Very
welcome.
nice, very nice session. Very
Oh, hi,
informative.
Zafar. Thank you. Thank you, Zafar.
Thank you.
Happy it helped you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Shilpa. Take care, everybody.